Hello everyone, welcome back to Holmakra and episode 13. So, I hope you're all doing okay. Firstly, an apology from myself, just to say sorry that it's been a couple of weeks since the last episode of this series. Just been very busy with life in general, and also, as some of you may know, been quite busy with Court Farms. The release of that map has stirred somewhat of a lot of excitement in the community, and I've created myself a new series on that, and I've been loving every minute of it so far. So I've been hammering away at getting a few of those episodes out, but I've been looking forward to getting back onto Holmakra as well, and here we are. So, what have we got to do today? We have got another field of soybeans to harvest, and now this one is over here. This is field 5. If I jump over here and have a quick look. Yep, ready to harvest. Let's bring up the HUD there. So we're going to get the harvester up here. Now, as some of you may have clocked there, all my custom fields have gone from the courseplay menu. If any of you have watched my wonderful crossplay series with Mr. Sim Gamer, or my Court Farms series, you'll have heard me talk about the fact that I had a few computer problems in the last couple of weeks. As a result of that, having to reinstall a load of stuff, to cut a long story short, yeah, I had to reinstall Steam and FS and Windows and all that kind of stuff, due to a bad stick of RAM. As a result of that, I've lost all my custom stuff, my Courseplay stuff. So it's no biggie. The fields are still here, and Courseplay does still recognise them as fields. So it just means I've got to redo all the Courseplay courses that I created. Which is fine. It's literally no big deal whatsoever. So, so I've had to essentially just recreate the folders. But I have no Courseplay courses saved anymore. So, oh, hello. It's a waste of fuel, isn't it? Let's jump in here, turn that off. I don't know why that was on, to be honest. So, yeah, what we got to do? We got to get that field harvested. I think that was field 5. And I also have a grass field that's ready to be cut. But I'm in no direct rush for that. The cows, as you can see there, they're doing okay. They have just had a couple of feed mixes of TMR. So they're stocked up, they've got water, they're producing milk, just over 12,000 litres. They've got plenty of straw for now, and there's a ton of slurry there to be taken out. In fact, that's, what, 67% fill, actually, isn't it? But we'll get to that, and there's a gigantic pile of poop here. But fortunately, even though that looks like a lot, the manure pit has a 4 million litre capacity, and it's only 36 and a bit thousand litres, so we're all right with that for now. So, yeah, it's a lovely crisp November's morning here on Holmakra, and as you know, at the end of the last episode, we got the harvesting, we got the fields done. These big ones, the harvester performed admirably on the slopes, and we've got a chunk of soybeans in the silo ready to be sold at the correct time. But obviously there's a lot of field work now, a bit more field prep that needs doing to get these things back up and running again, get drilled with seed. But first things first, we must harvest again. Now, the field we've got to harvest today is obviously, it's not quite as steep as that one, but it is quite an undulating, bumpy field. But I'm pretty confident that the harvester will perform very well indeed, considering how it did on that one. So we need to dig it out of here, and I think I'm going to need to at least just shift this forward just a few feet, just right up to the wall of the shed, just to give the harvester as much room as possible to get out. I think I should be able to get out of there, shouldn't I? Let's just try and get out of here without thumping into the wall. Nope. Oh, goodness me. Got myself a bit stuck here, haven't I? Oh, we're just going to have to do it up. Oh, goodness me. It really is getting stuck, isn't it? What a mess. You know what? Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. Right. That was a bit of a kerfuffle, wasn't it? So, let's get this out on the roads, and we'll send this over to Field 5. Fortunately, the one thing that didn't disappear, thankfully, was all the auto-drive network and stuff, because that would have been a nightmare. So, let's send you to Field 5. Off you go. And we will dig a tractor out and get the header trailer picked up and sent over there as well. I think we shall use the claws. And I'm going to run the 1167 running grain cart again in this one. So let's get this connected up. I do hope I haven't caused it too many problems by driving over it with the combine. Fingers crossed. Oh, there we go. Good stuff. Right, lovely. That'll do nicely. So we shall get this sent over to Field 5 as well. We'll get the 1167 hooked up to the grain trailer. In fact, I should actually just reduce the speed of this thing a bit while it's got these bumps to deal with. And there we go, Field 5, off you go. Fingers crossed the bumps don't cause the header to fall off the trailer, as it has done in the past. Looks like it might manage. That'll do. Right, so, we're getting the Fendt, get that connected up as well. And I shall pick you back up when we're over at the field. Right, here we are, up at the field, and as you will see, I changed my mind. I'm not going to run the 1167 this time, I'm going to run the John Deere, the 8R. So let's just pop that there for a second or two, and we shall jump in the combine and get this rolling. Now I have just created the courseplay course, so let's bring that up and get it running. And fingers crossed, it copes well with the lay of the land on this one. So, I'll pick you all back up in a wee while when this job is done. There we go. The last of the soybeans harvested. Job done. Really impressed with that. The harvester performed admirably yet again on this particularly uneven surface, shall we say. It did miss a couple of patches, very, very slight ones. There was a few tiny little, like the very edges of some of the rows. But again, nothing to write home about. It did a really good job. So, and we did it. We got the job done almost in perfect time. It just started raining literally about 5-6 minutes ago. So I couldn't have timed that better if I tried. So, right, I'm going to get all this kit packed up and sent back to the farm, and we will pick back up when we get there, and we will go through some numbers. Right, we're back at the farm, and as you can see, we were also extremely lucky that we got through this job without running out of fuel. Look at how much we've got left. Almost nothing. So, I'm going to get this thing filled up with fuel, which is going to take a good few minutes. There we go. This is going to take a while, and then I'm going to get out the rain, and once the rain stopped, I'm going to come back out and we're going to go through the numbers. Well, that's a bit better, isn't it? It's not raining anymore, thankfully. I hate the rain, I'll be honest. Right, numbers. So, from that field, we yielded 89,784 litres, which is 68.7 tonnes. So that brings our standing total of soybeans sitting in the silo at the minute to 224,239 litres, or 173 tonnes. So, come sell time, which I think is... In fact, I can't say for definite. Let's just have a quick look. Soybeans, June. So, June next year. So, a few months to wait, but that's going to put, look, €1,579 per tonne. And we've got 173 tonnes. So, that's going to come through very nicely for the bank balance at least. We're going to be rolling in it come June time next year. But as you can see, it's obviously we're in November now, so the days are getting shorter. It's getting darker a lot earlier. So, I think I'm going to call it today for today's work anyway, and we'll pick back up in the morning and crack on, because I think we've got a field of grass to get cut. Good morning all. Right, let's get back at it today. We have got the big grass field, field 7, to get mown and collected up and stuck in the fermenting silo. And it's November, it's the last day of November, so we need to get our eggs sold, because Silver on Market is paying top dollar at this time of year. They are paying €6,461 per tonne, and we have just over a tonne, 340 kilograms each on the pallets, plus a little bit there. So without having to struggle and do basic mathematics, we've got north of a tonne there, so we shall get them loaded up on the trailer first. We'll take the pickup truck and the low loader trailer over to the shop, get those sold. So I need to get the door open first. There we are. Jump in the truck. And we'll get this parked up over here somewhere, and then we'll jump in the little case with the forks. We'll get the trailer loaded up. So this will be a good little bit of an income. And then we will get cracking with the field work. I am getting progressively better at using the forks. Let's have a look, he says. Put some lights on, there we go. See what we're doing. There's one. Don't need to worry too much about the placement on the trailer. There's only a few pallets, so got plenty of space on there. And we have got a bit of milk as well in the cow barn silo milk tank, but I don't think the price is particularly good at the minute, so we're going to wait a little bit for that. With the money that we get from this, we'll be alright for a little while. I don't have anything that's on the list that needs buying in the very near future, so it's definitely worth waiting a little bit for the price for the milk to get a little bit better. Tell you what though, loading these pallets is a lot easier than loading bales on a trailer, I'll tell you that much. Trees in the way. There we go. Right, a couple more to get on. And we shall get moving. Right, here we are, approaching Silver One Market. So let's see what they give us for these, shall we? Pretty sure it's this sell point here. There we go. Come on. Sell, sell, sell. £8,559 with an €834 environmental score. So just over 9 grand. That'll do nicely. So we're now standing at a total of €31,178 in the bank. That'll do for me. For now, anyway. So, let's get ourselves back again. And we'll get cracking with the grass work. Now, I have also been thinking on into the future about what to put in the fields. The big field that we've got to mow today is actually, it's not too far away, but it is quite far away from the farm. And with us now, oh, goodness me, it's a bit of speed wobble there. With us having a decent backlog of grass and hay stored away for the cows at the minute, I think I might be able to afford just to keep the grass field that's next to the cow barn as grass, and I'll be able to plant something that I can make a decent amount of money on back into this field here. This is the field that we're just about to mow. Just jump out and have a quick look-see. Yeah. So I think I can, once I've got this mowed and put into the fermenting silo and getting the silage on its way again, stocking up, I'm pretty certain, like I say, I should have more than enough to fall back on for the next few months at least. So I'm thinking when this is out, we will do the relevant field work and we'll get some form of cereal crop in here to bolster the income a bit more. So that's the plan, I think. Whether it's a good plan or not, time will tell, but I'm sure if we can get something in there to give us a bit more money, that would be a good thing. So yeah, we'll get back to the farm, we'll get connected up to the mowing equipment, we're going to jump in the cars again, get that hooked up to the mowers and get another tractor running with the pickup wagon and get cracking on. And here we are, so let's get cracking. This is going to take a bit of a while, it's quite a job this, getting mowed and picked up and back into the fermenting silo. It's a good couple of hours of back into, considering the distance between this field and the farm. But let's crack on. Right, there we go. That was a long job. Just over 4.5 hours it took to get that done. As you saw, we had to mow, we had to windrow, and we had to pick up with this, and there was a lot of back in the two, and obviously because the field is quite far away, and this tractor really did quite struggle up the really steep parts of that hill when the forage trailer was pretty full. It got stuck a few times, so had to intervene with Courseplay a few times, but so I think I need to log that for future reference. Don't send this one up the hill with something big and heavy behind it. Right, but we've done pretty well out of that. We have now got, if I bring the menus up, 439,492 litres of grass that we got from that field. So as you can see from the numbers in the bottom right there, including the silage we've already got, we've got over 1.1 million litres essentially of silage. It's part of it's grass, part of it's silage, but it's all going to be silage in the end. So that's pretty good. That means the cows are pretty well looked after for the future, for now anyway. So I can definitely afford to get something different drilled into that big field. But it's November. We can't do anything now till March of next year. The only crop I can drill, which I'm not going to, is cotton, and I ain't doing that. So we are going to be pretty quiet here on the farm until March next year. Obviously, I've got this grass field here to mow, and obviously I've got to keep the cows fed and watered, and I do have some field prep to do in quite a few fields. I need to get a few of them mulched, turned over, and limed, fertilised, ready for drilling next year. But for now, I think for today's episode, that will do us. We've had a good day's work today. We've got a lot of grass back in there. Get that. In fact, I'll just jump into the production menu very quickly and activate that. So at least, I mean, I'm not short of it, am I? 765,000 litres of silage at the minute, but I'll get it rolling. So I've got a full silo of silage, as it were. So yes, yeah, I'm going to call it there for today. So to all of you, thank you very, very much for watching the video. I really hope you've enjoyed it and found it even remotely interesting. If you have, as per usual, if you can, leave me a comment. Hit the like button if you can, and if you haven't already, and if you like my content, you like the way I do things, hit that subscribe button. So, as I say, we will. I think the next episode will probably take place. If I do an episode before drilling season next year, it's just going to be field prep and feeding the cows and stuff, and then we will no doubt fast forward time to March next year, so we can get busy in the fields. So, thanks again, everyone, and I shall see you in the next episode.